Remember rushing home to tweak the rabbit ears and a white lion roaring through UHF snow? Kimba felt big ethics, ecology, and villains with teeth. But some stations thought parts were too wild, quietly banning scenes and scrambling episodes, and that created secrets, a name change that split memories, a scene some cities never saw, and a movie award rumor fans still fight over. Stick to the end, we'll crack them all. Let's roar into 40 strangest Kimba facts nobody talks about.
Stop it, you.
Number 1. Kimba the White Lion hits US TV, 1966.
We are going to have a baby?
Not so loud.
I'm sure it'll be a boy, Caesar.
I do hope so, little dear.
In 1966, Kimba the White Lion arrived in America as a syndicated color TV cartoon, handled by NBC Enterprises with a New York dub, Titan Productions. The show was packaged for local stations, which meant after-school slots in many cities and occasional early evening runs. Billy Lou Watt led the English cast as Kimba. The theme song came from Bernie Baum, Bill Giant, and Florence Kay, Elvis songwriters. US viewers saw a bright, idealistic jungle drama that mixed adventure with ethics and community building. Not a Saturday-only thing, this felt daily, familiar, and close to home. The color, the clean voices, and that marching opener made it stick. We raced home after the bell and flipped to Channel 11 WPX. The set hummed warm, rabbit ears crooked, and those color frames bloomed like someone just turned summer on. Number 2. The score was built like a symphony.
Danger.
What a great protector.
Composer Osamu Tezuka didn't write simple TV jingles. He built orchestral motifs like a film. Big brass for danger, lush strings for hope, proud fanfares for the cub. Music leads scenes, not just follows. Later, he expanded cues into symphonic poem Jungle Emperor. That's rare for a kids show. It told viewers the story had weight. It also foreshadowed Tomida's leap into world-famous synth albums. The sound lifted jungle drama into myth and made even small moments feel grand. Most days it ran back-to-back with Speed Racer. 2 imports, 1 Sugar Rush. I still hear the theme swell over tube hiss, mom tapping the volume, the room feeling like a tiny theater. Number 3. The US theme came from Elvis songwriters. When NBC syndicated Kimba in 1966, the English theme was written by Bernie Baum, Bill Giant, and Florence Kay, a trio behind piles of Elvis tracks. They knew hooks. So Kimba got a bright, marching earworm kids could hum at school. Simple rhyme, strong cadence, name up front. That song helped brand the series even when episodes aired out of order. The opener did real work. It carried energy between markets, time slots, and confused arcs. Friends in the Midwest caught it after school on UHF, Channel 50 Detroit, sometimes 56, and we all hummed the Kimba opener like a pledge. Toast smell, hot tubes, dog howling on the chorus. Number 4. America aired episodes out of order.
Oh, the gun here! Uh-oh!
The US dub covered the whole run, but only 49 episodes actually aired, and stations mixed the sequence. Arcs bent, characters relearned lessons. Villain entrances popped in cold. Kids rolled with it, but it changed how stories landed and why certain plot points felt dreamlike. Syndication rules and local programming drove those choices. The result? A uniquely American Kimba, slightly scrambled yet oddly charming. We'd spin the UHF dial and land on a scene we swore we saw last week. Static crackle, snowy picture. That "didn't we already do this?" feeling while we tried to re-glue the story. Number 5. Kimba tries to end predators eating prey.
I can get a good price for it. I see. Gotcha.
The show goes big on ethics. Kimba builds farms and schools so animals won't need to hunt. He pushes shared language and cooperation with humans. It's a utopian experiment in fur and paws. Sometimes it works. Sometimes nature pushes back. That debate, idealism versus instinct, gives the series bite. It's not just adventure. It's philosophy for kids, wrapped in color and music. It makes episodes feel hopeful and uneasy at once. An episode about animals farming instead of hunting had us staring at dinner. I poked the meatloaf and Dad laughed. Kimba's making vegetarians now? Big ideas from a little lion rolled through our kitchen. Number 6. Names changed in the English dub.
Don't cry, Snoween. Perhaps when you have our child, it will be a boy and you can call it Kimba.
In manga in Japan, the cub is Leo. His father, Panja, the hunter Ham Egg. In America, Leo became Kimba, Panja became Caesar, Ham Egg sometimes morphed into Viper Snakely. Side characters shifted spellings and accents too. It helped US kids track roles fast, but it split memories. Ask 10 viewers, you'll hear 12 names. Translation, marketing, and TV habits blended into a strange, familiar cast. On the playground, we argued Leo versus Kimba, Panja versus Caesar, and someone swore the villain had tiger stripes. Chalk dust in the sun, UHF rumors, everyone certain their station said it different. Number 7, the Lion King debate wouldn't die.
The White Lion is here. Now is your chance to get him.
When Disney's The Lion King hit in 1994, fans pointed to Kimba. White cub, proud father, sunrise shots, cliff silhouettes, certain villains. Disney artists denied direct borrowing. The debate turned into think pieces, open letters, and late-night arguments. For many, Kimba finally got fresh attention. For others, it was archetypes and coincidence. Either way, people went back and found a pioneering series. 94 arrived, and neighbors started the Kimba versus Simba talk. We watched VHS copies, trading parallels, sunrises, cliffs, villains. Nobody agreed, everybody kept watching. Number 8, a baseball team made Kimba its mascot. In 1978, Japan's Seibu Lions adopted Leo and his sister Lena as official mascots. Tezuka's characters, not lookalikes. Logos, costumes, on-field bits. It fused pro baseball with classic anime and turned the franchise into a moving billboard for Jungle Emperor. The partnership echoed through merchandise and stadium culture, showing how deeply the series sank into everyday life. Years later, I caught clips between Superstation reruns, sports, old shows, and suddenly Leo on a ball field. It clicked how Kimba seeped beyond TV. I could almost smell sun-baked plastic seats through tiny speakers. Number 9, the sequel ages him up and gets philosophical.
What's so good about humans being able to play music? It's not gonna make them any better.
Right after Kimba, Tezuka pushed a direct follow-up. Onward, Leo! Leo the Lion from 1966 to 67. The cub grows up. The tone turns reflective. Plots lean into stewardship, duty, and loss. There's less weekly lesson, more quiet debate about what a ruler owes his world. Villains aren't only brutes, some are dilemmas. You feel Tezuka probing adult themes inside family TV. Mortality, compromise, the cost of ideals. Animation's still bright, but the mood is duskier. Closer to a nature fable than a chase show. It's a rare sequel that widens the idea instead of repeating it. We'd hear the channel bumper and hush up, warm tube hiss, the rotary click on the knob, and that gentle next chapter feeling like someone dimmed the room to tell a bigger story. Number 10, the 1997 feature restores the hard ending.
It's all right. This is my dying wish. You must eat my flesh and clothe yourself.
The film Jungle Emperor Leo, 1997, adapts the manga's late arc. It doesn't flinch. Famine, plague, sacrifice. Leo isn't a mascot. He's a leader who makes brutal choices to keep the jungle alive. The movie brings back threads TV softened. The limits of idealism, the weight of parenthood, what peace costs when nature is starving. The orchestral approach returns to somber brass, aching strings, widescreen vistas that feel like goodbye letters. It's gorgeous and heavy, meant to complete the story, not sell toys. For many viewers, it's where the legend becomes literature. We rented it on disc and the room went quiet. Popcorn steam, plastic case snap, and that ending hitting like winter air when the door opens. Number 11. Claw looks like a tiger on purpose.
Who are you?
I am Claw. I am the king of the jungle.
Kimba's main foe isn't a standard lion. Claw, often boo-boo in Japan, carries tigerish stripes and sharp angular features. It's design psychology. Silhouette the villain as other, even inside the same species, so kids read danger at a glance. Claw isn't just teeth, he's an argument. Might makes right, power over peace. His lieutenants shift by version, but his function stays constant. Test Kimba's dream until it breaks or bends. That contrast, open face versus slash stripes, sells their debate before anyone speaks. On the playground, we drew striped manes in our notebooks to prove who was right. Pencil shavings, chalk dust, someone yelling bells about to ring, still arguing as we jogged inside. Number 12, Tezuka's star system recycles actors by design.
Get off!
Tezuka reused certain character types across series, his star system. Think of it like a repertory troupe. Ham Egg, a recurring scoundrel in Tezuka works, shows up again here as the poacher figure, while other actors reappear with new jobs and costumes. It let the studio move fast, keep model sheets consistent, and wink at fans who spotted the cameos. It also made moral themes echo across titles. Greed looks familiar, kindness too. For kids, it was seamless. For adults, it reads like meta theater. The same faces, new roles, same questions about what people choose under pressure. We'd nudge each other. Hey, that guy looks like the one from the other cartoon. Cereal spoon clink, static snow on the corner of the screen, and that little thrill of catching a connection. Number 13. Kimba's English voice was a New York powerhouse.
I think that you ought to be ashamed of yourself frightening that woman. She wouldn't hurt anybody.
The 1966 US dub came out of Titan Productions in New York. Billy Lou Watt, also famous for Astro Boy, voiced Kimba with a clear, brave, boyish tone. Gilbert Mack, Hal Studer, and others juggled multiple roles. Tight budgets, fast schedules, and lots of line matching built a style. Brisk, earnest, occasionally quirky. That cast gave the show its American heartbeat and made tricky philosophy sound friendly. Their performances are why certain lines still ring in ears decades later. Simple, clean, sincere. You could feel the mic pop in the room, the mono warmth of old audio. We mouthed along to speeches about courage while toast smell drifted from the kitchen. Number 14. Color TV forced new production habits and bills. Full color in 1965 wasn't just pretty, it was expensive. More paint, tighter checks, extra camera passes, color timing for broadcast. Layout artists had to manage dense jungle palettes without turning frames muddy on home sets. Mushi production learned on the job. Pipelines, paint libraries, scene priorities. That pressure shaped schedules and sometimes simplified motion so color could sing. The payoff, a bright, legible world that still reads today. It also foreshadowed the money strain that would hit the studio in later years as TV ambitions outpaced margins. We'd tweak the rabbit ears with foil until green stopped buzzing. Warm dust smell from the back panel, and then pop, the jungle snapped into place. Number 15. US syndication meant local edits and odd slots.
I don't care. I'm going to try it anyway.
Because Kimba arrived as syndication, not a fixed network strip. Local stations slotted and tweaked it. Some trimmed violence, some remixed bumpers, some slid it after school, others tossed it early evening like a special. That's why memories differ by city. The upside, the show traveled everywhere. The downside, story beats and continuity softened. Yet the core ideals, mercy, courage, coexistence, still came through, even in shuffled order. We'd catch it between toy commercials and local weather promos. Clicky knob, wood panel cabinet, and that thrill when the opening drums hit, no matter what time the station decided today. Number 16. Schools, books, and a jungle classroom.
Kimba pulled that branch over with a vine.
One of Kimba's boldest ideas is civilization by choice. He builds schools, farms, and rules so predators and prey can share space without fear. Animals learn letters, manners, and treaties. Humans get invited, carefully. It's fable logic pressed into a social experiment. Can education beat instinct? Some episodes say yes, some shrug, some say not yet. It's gentle sci-fi in fur coats asking kids to picture a better system and then test it. We copied letters on ruled paper while Kimba did the same on screen, paper glue smell, pencil squeak, teacher's shoes on tile, and me thinking the jungle might actually pass a spelling test. Number 17, the 1989 remake reboots the look.
What's going on here? Holly, Daniel, and you, Bucky. I'm ashamed of you.
2 decades later, Tezuka Productions launched The New Adventures of Kimba, 1989 to 90. Same core idea, fresh paint, brighter keys, rounder faces, smoother pans. Stories skew younger with clearer good versus bad beats and more standalone plots. The remake keeps the peace through learning theme, but trims the heavier dilemmas. It also updates backgrounds and camera moves, so the jungle feels livelier on late 80s TVs. Dubbing practices vary by region, which is why some viewers remember different names and music. It isn't a replacement, it's a gateway, an easy on-ramp that led many kids back to the 1965 original and forward to the 1997 feature. We found it on a UHF weekend slot. Picture just a little snowy. Clicky knob, foil on the rabbit ears, and that same white lion smile shining through the static. Number 18. A 1993 Canadian redub changed the feel.
I don't think I believe in the law of the jungle. I'm not going to give up.
The law of the jungle's prevailed for a long time.
In the early 90s, a Canadian redub revoiced the series with new dialogue rhythms and a fresh score. Composer Paul Zaza on many prints. Some episode titles shifted. A few character names and line reads bent toward 90s kids' TV timing. Quicker quips, clearer morals, less quiet. It wasn't a hatchet job. It was a regional refurb that made syndication easier and music rights cleaner. The result? 2 English-language Kimba memories. 1 New York-voiced and orchestral leaning. 1 Canadian-voiced with a brighter, modern TV pace. That dual track explains why fans argue about which theme and which scene they swear they heard. We'd compare tapes at a cousin's place. 1 intro marching, 1 bouncing, popcorn salt, VCR whir, and us pointing. See, that line's different. Number 19, music first, the 1991 symphonic poem animation.
Where's my new plaything, Mama?
Here it is, dear. This, my, don't you look pretty worried, Dad?
Composer Izo Tomita turned the show's motifs into a concert suite, symphonic poem Jungle Emperor. Then, in 1991, Tezuka Productions created new animation specifically to illustrate the music. That flips the usual order, score first, picture second. The visuals don't retell episodes, they paint feelings the cues suggest, awe, dread, hope, farewell. It's part museum piece, part love letter to the series' emotional spine. For students of animation, it's a rare document of how music can lead the story and images can follow like choreography. For fans, it's closure and celebration at once. We taped a late-night broadcast off Channel 11 and watched with the lights down. Warm tube hum, dust in the beam, and strings that made the room feel bigger than our street. Number 20, environmental themes way ahead of TV.
Who believes in doing good and doing right? Kimba the White Lion is the one.
Kimba isn't quietly pro-nature. It's openly conservationist years before that was Saturday morning common. Forest fires, drought cycles, invasive hunters, and the tension between survival and stewardship show up in kid-friendly frames. Kimba argues for habitat protection, not just personal bravery. Predators get nuance. Humans aren't all villains. The show suggests rules, treaties, and learning as tools that outlast a single fight. That's advanced civics smuggled into action beats. Many later nature-centric cartoons owe a debt to its tone. Serious problems, gentle heroes, and outcomes that admit trade-offs. After an episode on drought, we watered Mom's plants like little park rangers, dirt smell, cold faucet sting, and me promising the spider plant we'd save the jungle. Number 21, Daniel Baboon, Boss Rhino, and the Fable cast.
Kimba's right. It's true that some humans have brought trouble to our jungle. Well, I don't want them coming to this part of the jungle. Something bad always happens every time they're around.
The supporting cast works like living archetypes. Daniel Baboon is the counselor, grumpy wisdom with a soft center. Boss Rhino is blunt power, a test of Kimba's diplomacy. Parrots like Polly Cracker needle the plot with jokes and warnings. Even the hyenas function as peer pressure. Go along or think for yourself. These aren't biology lessons, they're fable roles mapped onto animals so kids can read motives fast. Rotate them, and every story becomes a classroom. Pride versus patience, strength versus mercy, fear versus trust. That clarity lets deeper questions slip in without lectures. We'd mimic Polly's squawk until Dad threatened to change the channel. Couch springs creak, grape soda fizz, and all of us grinning when Daniel pretended not to care. Number 22, production pressure shaped the art.
The animals are trying to warn us about something, Mary.
About what?
They're trying to tell us to turn back, I think.
Full-color TV in 1965 meant time and money crunch. Mushi Production used smart layouts, bold silhouettes, and held cells to keep frames readable and budgets in line. Camera trucks and pans did heavy lifting. Backgrounds carried mood so characters could move less and still feel alive. It's the limited animation toolkit, but with taste. Clear staging, strong poses, and rhythmic cuts. Those choices became a template for later TV anime. Style that works on a small screen without losing drama. Constraints didn't choke creativity, they guided it. On our set, greens buzzed if the antenna slipped. We'd tweak the ears, step back, and click. The jungle snapped into focus while a single held pose still felt powerful. Number 23, economics and the Mushi story.
I'll show you how a brave animal operates.
Kimba's ambition helped prove TV anime could be big, but ambition has a bill. Paint, staff, orchestras, schedules, they wear a studio down. Mushi Production would later face serious financial strain. The wider story continues past Kimba. And you can read the show as a high watermark of doing cinema on TV before the numbers bit back. That tension, art versus cost, echoes through the industry for decades. Kimba stands as a case study. If you want rich color and orchestral weight weekly, you need systems, not miracles. I didn't know budgets. I knew commercial breaks and local station IDs, jingle plays, weatherman smiles, and then we're back in the jungle like nothing could ever run out. Number 24. Visual language kids could decode fast.
Where do you suppose this came from? All I have to do is find it now.
Designs are high contrast by choice. White lion, dark cliff, green canopy, striped villain, readable at a glance on fuzzy sets, eyes large for emotion, mouths crisp for dubbing, backgrounds with big shapes and strong horizons, so action tracks even when motion is minimal. It's classroom theory hidden in kid TV, silhouette first, detail second. Pair that with leitmotifs in the score and scenes sing even on tiny speakers. That's why memories stick. Your brain grabbed the outline and the tune before the plot finished. On WPX, we watched from the floor, noses almost to the glass, static tickle, ozone whiff, and those bold shapes burning in like stickers you couldn't peel off. Number 25. Local standards meant scene trims and soft edits.
Oh, hang on!
No, Daniel, better let me battle this snake.
Because Kimba was syndicated, some stations trimmed hunter shots, peril, or sharp lines to meet local standards. You'll spot tiny jumps, a reaction held longer, a cutaway to the sky, a sound effect carrying the moment instead of a close-up. Dialogue swaps softened threat or grief. None of it wrecked the story, but it created regional memories. Your city's Kimba played a little gentler, mine a little tougher. For historians, these edits are breadcrumbs of how children's TV navigated the 1960s gatekeepers. For fans, they explain why the same episode can feel different on two old tapes. On our set, you'd hear a hard music sting where a shot used to be. Clicky knob, weather promo, then back to the jungle like nothing happened. Number 26. Manga and TV tell the same dream with different gravity. Tezuka's original manga leans bigger and darker in places, stronger stakes, heavier costs, a fuller arc toward leadership and loss. The 1965 TV series softens and serializes, leaning into weekly fables and hope. Same core idea, civilization as a choice, but different gears. TV needs reset points, manga can drop anvils. Later works, like the 1997 feature, circle back to the manga's weight, tying threads TV only hinted at. That two-track canon lets the property reach kids and still reward adults who go deeper. I first met Kimba on after-school TV, then found the paperbacks in a used shop. Ink smell, crackly plastic cover, and panels that felt like the TV turned up a notch. Number 27. Merch lived quietly. Books, vinyl, model kits.
Well, my leg hurts me.
It breaks my old heart. What could have happened to Kimba?
Unlike toy-driven franchises, Kimba's merchandise was select. Picture books, records, small model kits, later DVDs, and box sets. The brand's power lived more in broadcast ubiquity than aisles of plastic. That's why so many fans remember stations and time slots first. When home video arrived, collectors finally stitched together airs, edits, and dubs. The modest merch footprint also kept the show from aging into a single product. Its identity stayed story first, music second. My first Kimba thing wasn't a toy, it was a thin record with the theme. Paper sleeve squeak, needle drop, a little hiss, and the room filled like it was Saturday morning again. Number 28. Kitty, liar, is heart, mirror, and stakes.
Please tell us your name. I'm called Kitty. You're not from this part of the jungle, are you?
Kimba's partner, Kitty, liar depending on version, isn't just a sweetheart. She's a mirror for the dream. Can kindness survive pressure? Episodes use her to ask if peace works at home, not only in politics. When danger hits, her safety sets the stakes. When doubt hits, her faith steadies the story. Different dubs shade her tone, sprightly, tender, or firm, but the function holds. She humanizes the ideal so kids feel why it matters. That's craft. Give the philosophy a face, not a lecture. We'd go quiet whenever Kitty's theme rose. Sofa fabric scratch, TV glow on the lamp, and that hush kids get when a scene matters. Number 29. Episode guides became the fan map.
Card! Oh, no, that's
brain.
Because of air, order, chaos, and regional edits, fans built episode guides with synopses, stills, and production notes. Those guides became research Bibles. What aired, where, which dub, what changed. They also taught a generation how to document TV history before streaming and official archives. For Kimba, guides aren't trivia. They're the spine that holds 50-plus episodes across languages and decades. Without them, the show would live as foggy memories and theme songs. With them, it's a traceable canon. We'd print lists on dot matrix paper, highlight titles, and compare to what our station ran. Paper edges with holes, highlighter smell, a small victory every time a title matched. Number 30, conservation messaging landed beyond TV.
Roger, Frank.
I can't believe my own ears. A lion talking in human language.
Schools and local stations sometimes used Kimba in children's programming blocks that promoted wildlife days, park drives, or reading hours. The show's tone, firm but gentle, fit great with community PSAs. It modeled empathy without scolding, and it framed nature as neighbors, not scenery. That civic streak helped the series escape the just a cartoon box and gave librarians and teachers something screen-friendly to point to. For a mid-60s import, that's rare traction. Our library taped a poster under the TV cart, "Take care of your world." Floor wax smell, rubber wheels squeak, and Kimba rolling in for Friday afternoon. Number 31, voice casting defined the American memory.
Tyrant Claw, and you're not noble enough to be a king.
You'll call me the king who'll be sorry.
No, I won't.
The New York dub style, clean diction, friendly urgency, set the US tone for imported anime. Billy Lou Watt's Kimba is brave but small, never smug. Gilbert Mack and others switch hats fast. Mentor one scene, menace the next, without losing clarity. That approach shaped how many Americans expect a dubbed hero to sound. Sincere, quick, no purple flourishes. It's radio craft meeting cartoon timing, and it still works. We'd mimic Kimba's pep on the walk to school. Cold air, backpack straps creak, and somebody shouting the catch line before the crosswalk. Number 32, influence, a template for TV scale epic.
Hey, Polly, see anything?
My eyes aren't working so good.
Kimba proved you could put big themes, ethics, ecology, leadership into TV-length episodes and still keep kids. That lesson echoed through later anime and Western cartoons. Clear silhouettes, leitmotifs, serialized ideals, standalone plots when needed. It's a template for doing epic without a movie budget. You can see the DNA in shows that blend adventure plus conscience and trust young viewers with real stakes. The Jungle taught TV how to be larger than its frame. After a strong episode, we'd step outside and the evening air felt taller. Streetlights buzz, neighbors' TVs and windows, and me thinking the world was a little bigger than our block. Number 33, the 1966 theatrical compilation.
Hey, wake up, Bucky. It's dark. Wake up, huh?
All right, I'm awake.
A year after the TV debut, Tezuka's team cut a feature-length theatrical version of Jungle Emperor, 1966. It wasn't a brand new production. It re-edited TV animation, stitched with a few short connectors and a revised score. The goal was simple: bring the TV epic to cinemas, give the music room to breathe, and introduce Leo's world to audiences who'd missed the broadcast. It also proved the show's images held up on a big screen. Clear silhouettes, bold colors, and a score that could carry a theater. We didn't see it in theaters, but seeing a TV cartoon treated like a movie felt huge. Ticket stub smell, buttery fingers, and me daydreaming our living room set had velvet curtains. Number 34, ADR the old school way, 3 beeps and go. The US dub was classic looping ADR. Actors got a cue track with 3 beeps, then they hit the line on the silent fourth to match the mouth flaps, tight scripts, pencil marks, stopwatches. The director juggled lip timing with meaning, trimming syllables without losing heart. That discipline made the English tracks brisk and clear, radio instincts meeting cartoon timing. It also explains the occasional slightly odd sentence. Better a neat sync than a perfect paragraph. You can hear that studio snap, clean entries, quick exits. We'd mimic it, counting beep, 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 talk, while the VCR word and the mono speaker pushed every word to the front. Number 35, civilization as a running experiment.
Our friend Caesar would have been happy, knowing that Kimba's inherited his father's wisdom.
Kimba's project isn't a one-off lecture. Across the series, he keeps testing rules. Farming, schools, treaties, patrols, even mixed classrooms with humans. Some animals relapse, some thrive, Sometimes a rule saves lives, sometimes it creates new friction. That persistence is the point. Utopia is maintenance, not a magic speech. Kids learned that ideals need systems, and systems need patience. Few cartoons of the era kept returning to policy like this, especially with a child hero at the center. After those episodes, we'd draw little farm plots on notebook paper for the jungle, pencil squeak, eraser crumbs, and me telling my sister we needed a no-biting rule for snacks. Number 36, visual motifs. Do the heavy lifting.
Anything wrong? I thought I heard you scream.
No.
The show uses simple repeat images that kids read fast. A sunrise usually means things are getting better. A scene on a cliff tells you a tough decision is coming. A storm warns that trouble or pressure is on the way. Calm water says the crisis has passed and peace is back. That's efficient TV storytelling. You don't need thousands of drawings when a few strong pictures guide your feelings. Later series copied this playbook. Plant a signal, pay it off, let the music carry the mood. It's why Kimba feels bigger than its budget, because the pictures talk first and the plot follows. We'd see that soft pink gold sky and sit up. Screen glow on the coffee table, soda fizz, everyone quiet because something was about to change. Number 37. Human villains aren't just hunters. Yes, poachers are trouble, but the show also rolls in bureaucrats, profiteers, short-sighted explorers, and even well-meaning meddlers who throw the jungle out of balance. That range keeps stories from flattening into man bad, beast good. It's about choices and consequences, how people behave around power and nature. For a mid-60s kids series, that's a surprisingly adult map of motives. After a meddler episode, Dad said, "Some folks mean well and still make a mess. Dish soap smell, clatter of plates, me nodding at the screen like the lion could hear." Number 38, Kitty Liar carries the heartbeat. Beyond romance, Kitty Liar functions as moral compass and stakes. Episodes use her to test if Kimba's dream works at home, not just in policy. She anchors softer scenes so the heavy ones land harder. Different dubs tweak her tone, sprightly, gentle, firmer, but her job stays the same. Make kindness visible so kids feel what's at risk when chaos hits. Nostalgia. When her leitmotif rose, we stopped talking. Couch springs, lamp hum, and that little ache that says, "Please let this end okay." Number 39, fan guides save the canon.
You saved my life. You tried to warn me, and I was too foolish to pay attention to your warning. Yes, I'm your friend.
Shuffled airings and multiple dubs could have turned Kimba into pure fog. Fans fixed that with episode guides, synopses, air orders, dub differences, stills. Those guides became the spine for collectors, teachers, and writers. They're why we can map arcs, compare edits, and even track which stations cut which scenes. Before streaming, this was cultural archaeology done on dot matrix paper and hobby sites. We'd print lists, tear the perforated edges, and highlight titles as our station caught up. Highlighter smell, stacked pages, tiny cheers when an elusive episode finally aired. Number 40, the DNA that spread everywhere.
But you'll be able to fix it up, won't you, Daniel?
There must be something you can do without 4 good legs. A giraffe is helpless.
Kimba proved you can mix fast action with real questions about right and wrong and how we treat nature and still keep kids glued. Weekly episodes stayed simple to follow, but the heart was steady. Be brave, protect home, solve problems together, clear shapes, strong themes in the music, stories you could drop into anytime and still feel the world growing. Many later shows borrowed that approach. Make it fun, keep it kind, give choices real weight, and wrap it in bold images that read on any TV. That's the legacy, craft that teaches without preaching. After a strong ending, we'd step outside and the evening air felt taller. Streetlight buzz, neighbors' TVs in their windows. For a minute, our block felt like it could run on jungle rules. Bonus fact, the movie award, myth you've heard. You'll see claims the 1966 theatrical compilation won a Venice Silver Lion. The truth is messier and debated. Some fan sites repeat the line. Official festival records and later summaries don't confirm it in the way people think. Translation tangle? Category mix-up? Decades of echo? That uncertainty became its own legend around Kimba. We argued it at the video store. Dusty clamshells, AC hum, and promised to look it up.